Just 3 weeks before a general election, Poland has opened its first new coal mine in 25 years. In the country's large mining communities, the promotion of the coal industry is seen as a likely vote winner for the ruling Law and Justice Party. But environmentalists argue that the policy flies in the face of the European Union targets for all member states to be carbon neutral by 2050. For reaction to this development, I'm joined by Euronews' Brussels correspondent Maeve McMahon. Morning to you, Maeve. How's Poland's energy policy being viewed then on a wider scale by Brussels?
Well, Rosie, in general, lawmakers here in Brussels and around Europe are very mindful of Poland's history and relationship with coal and understand the challenges that they face. But there's a lot of disappointment around the town that mine had to open specifically this week, the week that the EU is trying to be ambitious over in New York at the UN Climate Summit and prove that get-together, that gathering of leaders is not just a talking shop. Now, one man who's very disappointed is my guest this morning, Anton Lazaris. He's the communications manager for the European Environmental Bureau. So let's get his reaction. I mean, you've been keeping an eye on Poland for many years, so this, of course, comes as no surprise to you.
Well, no, I mean, the Polish government has made its position clear with regards to this mine. But I mean, disappointed, sure, that they've again made this statement, but it's not over yet. And if you look at the impact that this mine could potentially have, it's enormous. We're talking about 3,000 people who will lose their homes. We're talking about 33 villages that would be destroyed, schools, churches, community centres, people's homes really just being bulldozed into the ground. And this is not a positive future for Poland. And I think in the medium term, and maybe even in the short term, the Polish government will understand this and listen to actually young people now who in Poland understand that there is no future for coal there.
Well, that's what Emmanuel Macron was saying on his way over to the UN Climate Summit this week. He was calling on people to go to Poland to protest in order to help him spread his message there. But that message is clearly not going down too well with the Polish government, who are adamant about opening this mine and following their steps.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not sure whether Macron needs to send people to Poland to protest. People in Poland don't want this mine. People in Poland don't want to see coal being their only option for the future. They want to share in the same benefits of clean, green, renewable energy and all of the safe and secure jobs that can come with that other European Union countries are looking forward to in the future. Last week, there were global climate strike protests all around the world, but they were protests in 60 cities in Poland. And actually, there are politicians in Poland who are talking about bringing an end to coal in the country with a just transition, ensuring that there's a future for the affected communities and doing it in a responsible way. The transition away from coal is inevitable. So it's just a question of how we do that in a way that protects people and ensures a better future.
Well, Anton, if the Polish energy minister was here with us right now live, he would argue that jobs, that livelihoods depend on this. And plus, he just doesn't have the cash right now to transition. He said that experts have said, according to him, that it would cost some 146 billion euros between now and 2045 in order for Poland to transition.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you also have to look at the enormous cost of remaining with coal and missing the boat on renewable energy and on the jobs that we know are going to be needed in the future. There's really no chance that Poland can still be burning as much coal as he's talking about in the future. So there are going to be costs. There does need to be investment in a just transition. We do need to protect affected communities, but the cost of not moving away from coal, not moving beyond coal, is bigger. And that's not just an opportunity cost, that's a cost in terms of the health of people who are breathing in polluted air. 36 of the 50 most polluted cities in Europe are in Poland.
Indeed, and experts have also warned that living in Warsaw today is like smoking 1,000 cigarettes per year. Anton Lazaris from the European Environmental Bureau, thank you so much for speaking to us today here on Euronews.